Hi, my name is Piyush Sapuri. I'm going to walk you through my assignment on human factors in AI. I'm going to share my screen, a Word document, and I'm going to walk through my points and which are part of the presentation. All right. So the task analysis that I've chosen is from my industry. It is to reduce instances of healthcare claims denied by insurance companies by focusing on errors caused by medical coding. Um, I'm going to focus on the key tasks now. First, meet industry code standards. Medical coders have the task of translating the procedures into specific codes, which are designated by authorities, companies such as ICD and other organizations like HCPCS, etc. Other task of the coder is to meet insurance coding requirements. So each insurance company, like government insurance of Medicare or private like Aetna, have their own insurance coding requirements. A coder also has to adhere to certain medical grouping rules, such as when a healthcare procedure is performed, which is a combination of various different smaller procedures. The grouping of procedures has to be correct. My solution proposal is to use historical claims data to predict the codes required in the claim submission so that the medical coder does not have to start from scratch. Rather, they have access to the output of an AI ML tool, which can make their work more efficient. As far as user experience goes, my proposed user experience has a human in the loop in the design. So first, my AI ML is going to classify the output of the results as high, medium, and low based on the risk of accuracy. Then I want the model to basically when the output is of, let's say, high risk, um, I want the model to then prompt that the specific claim be assigned to the most experienced medical coder, so they can then so the human can play a more important part in the submission of that claim. However, if the risk is on the lower side, then the model can actually be trained to then potentially submit the claim without any human intervention altogether. Describe your approach to each of the following key considerations. All right, so as far as the feedback loop goes, when the claim was submitted with human intervention or not, the approval or decline of the claim will feed into the learning model to improve its prediction. Interpretability. In addition to the classification of risk, the model will provide a summary of data used in the prediction so that it can be referenced. Features such as quantity of claims, approval rates, the actual claims will be made referenceable. Uncertainty. As mentioned earlier, the levels of risk will be called out by the system. Privacy considerations. Obviously, this is healthcare industry, so the patient identifiable information PII or PHI needs to be protected. Insurance NDA, so any non-disclosure agreement between a customer, a healthcare customer, and a healthcare insurance company needs to be protected. Privacy laws in consideration in this industry are obviously HIPAA and HITRUST. There might be others as well, but these two are very critical. Ethical considerations around bias of data, a few potentially contextual unknowns. So the model trusts the data fed to it. However, it may be possible that data can be skewed due to unique behavior, such as high number of denials from a certain insurance company or higher than usual level of coding errors from a particular individual. Those factors and others can impact the result of the model. There can be unwritten rules, and any system which is used to high level of variability, it is often the case that humans develop knowledge that is unwritten, and it may be the case that the model is not able to identify these factors and feed that into its model. Some of the other goals of ethical AI, my model, as I mentioned previously, this model, it's in the healthcare industry. It's about patients. It's about claims. It has to be highly interpretable. I do propose that the model provide access of its data sources to the users in the loop or human in the loop. The risk classification will be an important factor of the system, high, medium, and low, where the high risk claims are assigned to humans, specifically highly experienced medical coders, and meeting the regulatory and privacy requirements will be a key factor of this model. That's the that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.